Chapter 135. Little Gold's Toughness. Kang Chon swept a glance at the crowd with a bland expression. His eyes were very calm, and his entire person exuded an aura of composure. "Let's go," Kang Chon said indifferently. The eyes of the crowd were strange. At this moment, Kang Chon was incomparably calm. There was not the slightest feeling of nervous excitement of a great battle coming. It seemed as if he did not care at all. However, they were unaware that Kang Chon had not grown in cultivation within this month, but his state of mind had been elevated to another realm. "Kid, the 9 Revolutions Great Restoration Pill has been refined. There are a total of 9 of them." At this moment, Emperor Dan's voice resounded in Kang Chon's mind. Kang Chon couldn't help but be slightly stunned. He didn't expect Emperor Dan to refine the pills at this time. But unfortunately, now he had to go to participate in the battle contract. He couldn't break through the Jidan stage at this time. He could only wait until after defeating Li Laoki. Then he would break through the Jidan stage. A group of people traveled towards the life and death platform in a great hurry. The rising sun rises in the east. The blue sky is cloudless. Today's imperial capital has a very good weather. The light mighty wind was like a lover's small hand brushing across the face. Life and Death Terrace, located in the northwest of the imperial capital. It covers an area of 100 miles. The ground is all paved with green stone slabs, as high as one person. Around the life and death platform, there was a circular viewing platform covered with a stone chair. Today's audience is very much, at the moment around the viewing platform, has long been a sea of people. Even a little farther in mid-air, there is a Jidan stage cultivator's royal sword watching. A glance, about more than 100,000 people. On the stage of life and death at the moment, there is only one person and one monkey. The person is Kang Chon. He stood with his eyes closed, a purple long shirt fluttering in the wind. On his shoulder, little gold open head and look around, a look of scratching ears and cheeks. The life and death platform was originally built by the Qianfu, so naturally it was the closest to the Qianfu, so Kang Chon and the others arrived first. Although Li Laoki and the others had left early, they were already on their way at this moment. As time passed, some heavyweight spectators also arrived. People like the 9 princesses, Zhao Wuji, Sun Ji, Shen Tuji, Wu Gang, and others. They were all sitting in the front row with their eyes closed, waiting for the battle to begin. Jin San Xiao, Lei Yun, Wo Yong, Liu Suifeng, Wang Tixiong and the others were also at the very front. And in some of the positions in front of this, apart from some of the renowned young supreme beings of the Great Tang, there were also some representatives of some of the great lineages, including some of the heads of some of the great families who had all come. Obviously, the entire cultivation world of the Great Tang country was paying attention to this battle. Chona will definitely win. Looking at the spirited Kang Chon on the life and death stage, Wang Tixiong's excited eyes were filled with confidence. On the side, Master Feng Yuan sighed with emotion. 3 years ago, who would have thought that this battle would be so highly publicized? I'm afraid that Li Laoki didn't care at that time. After all, back then, Kang Chon was only at the 4th or 5th level of foundation establishment. Brother Kang Chon always creates miracles. This might be his last battle in the Great Tang Kingdom. After this battle, the Great Tang Kingdom will no longer be able to trap him, the submerged dragon. Jin San Xiao laughed. Not long ago, he had already received news that the emissaries of the Heavenly Dao sect were already on their way to the Great Tang country, and it was thought that it wouldn't be many days before their group of young powerhouses would be going to participate in that most magnificent of feasts. Little white boy, make sure you win. Oh, this young lady still buys you to win this time. Right at this moment, Zhao Linga rushed out from the crowd, standing on a stone chair and shouting at Kang Chon on the life and death stage. The crowd was instantly filled with black lions, and Zhao Wuji, who was sitting with the 9 princesses, even closed his eyes tightly. pretending that he didn't recognize his younger sister. But his face was trembling, and it was clear that his heart wasn't very calm. Kang Chon, who was resting with his eyes closed on the life and death stage, also had a black line on his face after hearing Zhao Lingere's voice. He had a feeling that this battle might be very tough, because it wasn't like he had read the yellow calendar when he went out today. Everyone was waiting for the upcoming great battle. Jin San Xiao, Wang Taizhong, and the others were filled with anticipation, hoping to see the scene where Kang Chon defeated Li Laoqi, as they silently prayed in their hearts. Without breaking through the Jidan stage, he can't win against Li Laoqi. A magnificent figure appeared beside Jin San Xiao and the others. Father. Lei Yun looked at the visitor with a face full of surprise. The crowd was also shocked. The Genin King had actually come to watch the battle. It seemed that even the old generation of experts had been shocked by this battle. As far as one knew, Genin King was the top figure amongst the old generation experts in the cultivation world of the Great Tang Kingdom. And there were only a handful of people in the entire Great Tang Kingdom who could defeat him. Genin King had his hands behind his back, although he didn't deliberately exude power. But the crowd felt a faint pressure. He looked at Kang Chon on the life and death stage and said indifferently, "His spirit monkey is not bad. One person and one monkey teaming up should be able to fight with Li Laoqi." The crowd couldn't help but be filled with doubt. If that was the case, then why did King Zhenin say that Kang Chon would lose this time? King Zhenin continued, "The Li family has a treasure of the family. This time Li Laoqi should use it. At that time, even Yuanying stage powerhouses will be able to fight against it." The crowd was shocked at the words. "The treasure of the Town clan? Elder, you mean the overlord gun of the Li family?" Jin San Xiao's face instantly turned ugly. He had heard of that overlord gun. It was a lower grade treasure weapon that was extremely powerful. With Li Laoqi's cultivation at the 9th level of the Jidan stage and with the overlord gun, he could definitely resist the Yuanying stage. Hua Huanyong and Wang Tixong couldn't help but be filled with anxiety when they heard this. The Li family is also too shameless. How thick skin does it take for an elder to fight a junior and even use a treasure weapon? Lei Yun cursed angrily. As one of the 4 great families of the imperial capital, the Li family would never allow a junior to ruin their honor, King Zhenin said indifferently. The crowd was silent. Indeed, it was reasonable for the Li family to be able to do such a thing. "The Li family is here," an alarming voice suddenly rang out from amongst the crowd. The crowd immediately saw a figure flying from the north. Only a moment later, it appeared on the life and death platform. Several of them walked towards the front of the viewing platform. It was clearly Li Yuanba and some of the Li family elders. Li Laoqi stayed alone on the life and death platform, staring silently at Kang Chon. The two were separated by 1,000 meters. Everyone suddenly held their breath, their eyes all staring intently at the two people facing each other on the life and death stage. Wang Tixong's palms were filled with sweat, and after listening to King Zhenin's words, his eyes were filled with anxiety. But at this time, there was no way to stop the battle. At this moment, there was not a single sound within a 100-mile radius of the entire life and death stage. A silent scene. Everyone felt a heavy and depressing atmosphere spreading out in the field. "Kid, you came quite early. Are you rushing to find death?" Li Laoqi laughed grimly. His face hadn't changed much, only that, after breaking through the 9th level of the Jidan stage, his appearance appeared much younger. Kang Chon looked at him indifferently. Golden true chi began to spread across his body surface, forming a light golden curtain of light. A powerful overbearing aura erupted from within his body, spreading out towards the surroundings. There were no unnecessary words. Kang Chon's behavior could only be explained by one word: a battle. 9 revolutions. Looking at the golden light on Kang Chon's body surface, Li Laoqi's eyes shrunk violently. His heart was incomparably shocked. In just 3 years' time, the kid that he had treated as a mole in the first place had reached the 9 revolutions realm. Such a talent wasn't even close to that of his Li family's Li Yuanba, and was even 1 point stronger. The crowd watching the battle were also shocked as they looked at Kang Qian, whose entire body was shrouded in a faint golden light. They finally knew Kang Qian's cultivation accurately. This was the extreme of reaching the foundation establishment stage, and at any time he would be able to form the 9 revolutions golden dan. Not bad talent. It's a pity that it hasn't formed a golden dan. A cold smile flashed in the eyes of the 9th princess. Li Yuanba's face was indifferent. He knew Li Laoqi's strength. No, even if Kang Qian broke through the Jidan stage, he couldn't defeat Li Laoqi, who possessed a treasure weapon. Even he, Li Yuanba, couldn't. This time, Kang Qian would definitely die. Zhao Wuji slowly opened his eyes. His gaze was bland as he looked at the 2 people on the life and death stage. He didn't know what he was thinking in his heart. Make your move, old man. This time I'll let you know what it means to not deceive the youth. Kang Qian slowly drew the long black blade behind his back, and immediately a domineering blade momentum pressed towards Li Laoqi. The entire space shuddered under this might. Li Laoqi's eyes shrunk. Then he smiled morosely. Kid, old man admits to underestimating you. But you never broke through the Jidan stage. This time you will definitely die. Knowing that Kang Qian was so powerfully gifted, Li Laoqi's heart had already made up his mind to decapitate Kang Qian regardless of everything, or else next time. I'm afraid that this youth in front of him would be able to exterminate him with one hand. Break the sky. Not waiting for Li Laoqi's words to fall, an incomparably bright light came. Before the blade arrives, that terrifying intentional pressure has already pressed. Instantly, Li Laoqi's face sank, even at the 9th level of the Jidan stage. When he was faced with this powerful pressure, he also felt his body lurch, and was subjected to a powerful oppression. Fearless white tiger seal. At the critical moment, Li Laoqi pinched a seal in time, and instantly, true essence surged out, and a huge white tiger light shadow slammed against the Kang Qian's blade. Rumble. A violent explosion sounded. Li Laoqi took the opportunity to get rid of Kang Qian's intentional pressure. He flew up with his sword, and appeared in mid-air, coldly looking down at Kang Qian. Kid, without stepping into the Jidan stage, how are you going to face an attack in the air? After saying that, he clenched his hands and struck out a fierce attack. The powerful attacks, converging into a fierce torrent, swept towards Kang Qian, raging and surging power, shaking the entire space. Little gold, Kang Qian shouted, and little gold on his shoulder violently leapt up high. It let out a huge roar, and its young body instantly skyrocketed away, instantly transforming into a gigantic golden-colored ape. A Jidan stage spirit monkey. Kid, do you think you're the only one with spirit beasts? Little white, give me this little monkey to swallow. Li Laoqi laughed coldly, not fearing in the slightest, as a peculiar sound suddenly came out of his mouth. Roar. Instantly, a 2-winged white tiger flew down from the sky and pounced ferociously towards Little Gold. Looking at the flying white tiger that suddenly appeared in the sky, Kang Qian was slightly stunned, and then recognized this white tiger. When Li Laoqi came to Heavy Iron City, he was traveling on this white tiger spirit beast, and he still remembered that it had stirred up the entire Heavy Iron City at that time. HMPH, a mere spirit monkey of the 3rd level of the Jidan stage, dares to bring it out to disgrace others. Boy, I'll tell you clearly, my white tiger already has the cultivation of the 5th level of the Jidan stage. Li Laoqi laughed eerily in the air. He didn't rush to strike at Kang Qian, but wanted to see how his white tiger tore apart Kang Qian's spirit monkey. It's a pity, such a good spirit monkey. I didn't realize that Li Laoqi's white tiger had already broken through the 5th level of the Jidan stage. The crowd watching the battle also couldn't help but look sympathetically at Xiaojin, who was holding on to the flying white tiger in the sky. Although Xiaojin's aura was not bad, Most of the people present could see the cultivation level of these two spirit beasts. Xiao Jin was clearly inferior to the flying white tiger by 2 steps. Jin San Xiao and the others were also worried for a while, although they had long heard that this spirit monkey of Kangchon was powerful. But after all, they had not seen it with their own eyes, and they could not be sure in their hearts. Something's not right. This spirit monkey. Li Yuanba frowned as he looked at little gold in the sky. His eyes suddenly became incomparably grave. The 9 princess on the side also stood up incredulously, her beautiful eyes filled with surprise. This spirit monkey is so powerful.